us.
Okay. Daddy Kris is there for people guys.
Because the activities of our politicians is becoming unbearable. But what is really exciting is the debate surrounding our nation. We're going to be free. Is that we're going to reform the judiciary or we're going to need external help? Whoa, very, very good morning to you all. I decided to come in red today. For me, gold is royal, but I choose to go red, which is another royal sign, as some of the things I'll be sharing with you today will be mostly royal. Nigerians, a very good morning to you. My name is Kris, and this is the African Renaissance Television. I'm reaching you from London. As I speak today, I want every nation in Nigeria to take a peek and try to benefit from what I'm going to talk about, because this is a blessing to us. The last show I presented, I talked about that we are the winners. And in my mind, what was driving my mind is, what is unique about us? Why are we throwing all we have away? And in the past 1 week, if you watch me, I've been driving one story of how to include our traditional rulers in governance. And it looks as if you look at my presentation to the open letter to the president, there is a last part of it which I just downplayed. And I talk about a royal festival. Yes, you heard me. I call it the Nigerian Royal Festival. My project, all I'm going to do in the next 1 year, and it's starting today, is to push for the Nigerian Royal Festival. What is this that Kris talking about? Sometimes this guy talks about rubbish, you know? Yes. Hi. All I'm going to say to you is, let me show the first thing I want to say. Let me just put this to you. And all I can ask you is this. The UK government, they earn about $1 billion pounds, anyway, from tourism. And most of them are attributed to the Royal Festival. What is in London that you are really coming to see, other than coming to have a holiday? It's quite an expensive city to come to London, or you're going to see the London Bridge. But what they really come to see is the royals. They want to see the king, the prince, and how they conduct themselves. And you know, the British, they know how to sell what they have. You know, I'm going to talk on the show tomorrow where I'm going to try and talk about the Nigerian palm wine, but this is not the time for it today. Let's talk about our royal festival. The question I ask is, imagine, oh my God, imagine, why is this one hiding? Don't hide it. All right, okay, yes, it is scrolling. So the question I'm going to say to you is, imagine seeing the Oni of Ife, the Oba Obi of Onitsha, the Sultan of Sokoto, the Oba of Benin, the Emir of Kano, leading a carnival. They are part of the carnival. They are the carnival. Oh God, I see this hurts. It hurts. Now, how can we be so blessed with all this and we're joking with them? Imagine, Nigerians, I'm telling you now that if you have these people in a festival, who else in the world have what you have to offer? Today now, you know what is so sad? This becomes a source of our division. This is supposed to be a source of our strength, in fact, our unity. But because we downplayed it, or we look down on it, or of course, oil has been the problem, we forget that there is honey in our cultural values, in our cultural exhibition, and that is what I'm going to be talking about today. Daddy Kris, take a look at this first image I want to share with you. Let me add this to the stage. You know, this is coming from Kano. All right? This is amazing, man. Thank you very much, young man. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Thank you so much, Samuel. This is amazing. But let's talk, Samuel. Let's talk. Let's look at this image. This is coming from Kano. This is the Emir of Kano. This is their display. Oh God, I just want to see this, man. I can't wait to see the Nigerian Royal Festival. You see, when they talk about festivals in Nigeria, what do they see? They come and showcase the cultural dances, and that is the festival we have. That is rubbish. Our festival is something like this. Oh, this is coming from Kano. I'm just going to run through it so that I come back to them one by one. Now, this is the same Kano. You know, look at this. This is the emir in the middle. I'm saying that we're going to do this in Abuja. Now, in a week-long festival, all these people are going to gather in Abuja to celebrate a week event of who we are as a people. They're not going to celebrate this regalia alone. They're going to celebrate our economy. But let me just show you first what they do. Because what I'm talking about today, it's not something new. It's not something we have not been doing. We've been doing it. And when you see now, if you go down to this background, this is a festival in Kano. Nigerians, don't be too proud of what you have. I'm not those of us in the Niger Delta that have oil. It's a good thing. The only reason you feel cheated is because we are not tapping on what the others have to offer. Others might just have. Do you know that the most culturally elder people are people actually from Niger State? Because I know they have more UNESCO recognition than every other part of the country. But do you know about it, about the Bida Festival? We're not going to talk about that today so that we don't feel cheated. So let me say this. This is Kano. Now let's take a look at this. This is the Oba of Benin. This is why I put on red today, really, because it goes much with this red. This is the Oba of Benin celebrating the Igwe festival. Yeah. Now, what I'm saying, that the Kris is saying, that in this festival, it is the Oba that will lead his entourage to Abuja to come and showcase the Benin culture, not only to Nigerians, but to the rest of the world. Because the world will descend in Nigeria for 1 week to come and celebrate what we have to offer. I'm going to give you the model. I'm going to give you the model of the festival I'm talking about. If you want to know, before I come back to it, let me quickly remind you, this is something that happened in Budapest yearly. They call it the Pepsi Siget. Have you been there? If you've been to the eastern part of Europe, do not miss the next Pepsi Siget. Don't go with your wife because you're going to lose her. And don't go with your husband. It's a place you get divorced easily. Everybody here is waiting to get laid, man. But this is one event that, as it is, in 1 minute, over 70 musicians or 100 musicians are performing different cultural dance. In fact, when I was there, I wanted to bring in Nigerian dance, cultural dance to the place. That's one area we've not been able to tap on, Pepsi Siget. What are they doing? They're using it to bring in tourism to their land. I'm talking Budapest here in Hungary. And I'm saying, as I was going through the statistics today, all right, let me just, before I make this case, maybe I should make the case for all these things first. The Pepsi Siget, this is what I got. The Pepsi Siget generate billions, tens of billions of the Hungarian forint. It's not a big currency. But when you are earning tens in billions of that money, you know how much you get in a week event. I don't know if you guys get what I'm saying there. And now let's come quickly to the UK. The United Kingdom, how much do they generate really? That of United Kingdom is amazing. You know how much the UK generate from tourism alone, You understand? And it's like I said, it's largely because of the royal family. So the royal family is not just the king being the president. Their unique culture is what the world is coming to see. I want to see the prince. I want to see this. I want to see that. They are human beings, but they made them so different that you want to come and celebrate them. You want to see their culture. Nigerians, it was in pain that we don't have a culture that we decided to celebrate Festac 77. Have you ever, for those of you who are young, I'm not talking to you, but you guys maybe see that there's a place called Festac in Lagos. All right. If you go there, ask where is this coming from? Why is this? Why did government of Nigeria create Festac? Because we wanted to show to the rest of the world that we have a culture. Because the rest of the world thought Africa have no culture. So we decided to come together and celebrate Festac 77. But it was a one-off event. It was a showcase. It was what? A showcase of Nigerian and of the African culture. And it was really not our true culture. It was our dance, our artifacts. It was not depth. There was no depth in it. There was no depth in it. But I'm proposing a show business of what we have as a people the Nigerian culture itself. Let's go back to the people I'm talking about. Like I was with the Oba of Benin. I'm not saying something new. This is what they do annually. Okay. And in case you miss the news, in case you miss the news, this is the Asaba of Asaba. These people already celebrate. So what I'm saying now, I am not looking for something new. It's there. Nigerian government, this is there. Anyway, you'll see me in the next few days. Hitting on your doors. This is the Asaba of Asaba. Okay. He has to lead his delegation to Abuja at the end of in this 1 week festival. Come and showcase the best of Asaba. That's why you are the king. You are telling us you are the king of a place. What kind of economy do you have? What kind of cultural dance do you have? What kind of music do you have? How do you people even get married? What can you use to showcase us? How do you protect yourself? You see, we're going to learn a lot. How do you people? In fact, there is nothing. In fact, tell us about your religion. We might find out that we actually have God with us, not just the Bible and the Quran. But we're not going to go into that today. I am excited, my people. I'm so excited. I'm so excited to see these kind of images. And guess what? This is who? This is the Oni of Ife. I'm picking one. Sorry, guys. I may not be able to go around the whole cultures. Don't forget, Nigeria have multiplicity of culture. In fact, some people will be offended at why am I not here? You are here. You are here. Because in the real event, you will be there and you will be well represented. So if I do not have your little, because I'm looking for the images that showcase what I'm talking about. And I wasn't looking at the king sitting down in wherever they are. I look at them celebrating their cultures. And that is the true culture we're talking about. It's not something like this. You see this one? It was we come and showcase women dancing. This is not it. This is the true African culture in celebration. So if you want to do a festival of the Nigerian culture, this is what I want to see. Sorry, Calabar, I'm coming. You guys will not like what I'll say today. If you listen to me, Calabar Carnival is not a carnival. It's a carnival that this is my pain. We are the origin of this culture, as you can see, exhibited by our kings. Look at our oldest king in Urobo land. I'm an Urobo man, so if I don't include him, I'll be an idiot. This man, when I met him, it's late now. When I met him, I knew I was in the presence of greatness. All right, that's him. All right, I'm not going to spend much time on this, but let's go back to I'll keep him there while I talk about it. You know what we celebrate as festival? Even Lagos have started it. And they're making some small money. If you don't know, the Calabar Carnival is generating about 14 billion annually from an event I'll call a celebration of a counterfeit of who we are. Now, you know why this is painful? When they took people away as slaves, they tried to showcase themselves, their culture. If you see what was happening in Harlem in those days, it was African people showcasing who they are. And they did that in Brazil. They did that in Cuba. So in Brazil, they showcase what they call the Carnival, which is one of the biggest festivals in Brazil. But don't forget, these people have lost track of home. So all they can remember is put some beat together, showcase themselves as a people. And it's exactly what happened. If you know, the biggest festival in the United Kingdom is the Festival of the African Caribbean, which is the Notting Hill Carnival. It is the African Caribbean culture exhibited, but that is not their true culture. These people are Africans. But because Nigerians fail to show leadership, Africans fail to show them what the true culture is. All they cannot do is make something up. You see, if you can imagine what they did, all they are doing is an imitation of African craft. Look at this kind of images. But you know, we lost the true culture. So what we have is we showcase women naked, which is okay. It's a festival. It shows that we are human beings. We have something to offer. The new generation, there's nothing wrong if the new generation decide to modernize what we have, but it should be done in line with what we have as a people. It must not be too artificial. That's why I'm faulting the Calabar Carnival and Lagos State trying to do a new carnival with women being naked, kids being different culture. I love it, but that's not our culture. You want to see our culture? This is our culture. And I'm not going to prove something different from what you already have. That's why I did not come up with something new. This is what the Oni, I was just looking at the Oni of Ife, and I see him with women. No, this is what I want to see, sir. Have you been to the festival? Imagine the Oni leading his entourage, now bringing his cultural dance, his culture that is going to exhibit, because there will be a day when, and listen, in this festival, we're going to showcase our economy as well. What is it that you people produce in your area? You're bringing it to Abuja because it's an opportunity to sell them. In fact, Nigerians together will meet once. So it will be a unity port for Nigerians where we're all going to meet. And you're going to see many people getting married. The whole cultural differences, the whole religious differences you see, may see that it's not really there. You see, we are so divided between Islam and Christianity, which is rubbish. By the time we showcase our culture and we tell each other who we are, this is devoid of Islam. This is devoid of Christianity. I'm talking of the true African culture. That's what we're going to display in Abuja in the name of the Nigerian Royal Festival. Now, what I'm projecting is this. This event will not only bring us together, it will bring our kings, our cultural dance, our music, our economy, our people together, and the world. Let me repeat, the world will descend in Nigeria to come and watch us display who we are. Nigerians, we are a population of almost 400 people. Africans, we are 1.4 billion. With the noise I'm going to make, the world will descend in Nigeria to come and enjoy the best of the African culture. Don't forget, those of us in the Caribbean, those of us in America, they want to come and see who we are. We don't want to give them what they already have. We want to give them what they don't have. And this is what they don't have. This I can tell you, people watching me from all over the world, you guys don't see this of Africa much. You may see a clip of it, but you don't see this of Africa much. This is the true African kings celebrating. See, kings in Africa, they don't just sleep. They celebrate. They celebrate a festival. And they have a culture. They have a cultural dance. They have a cultural music. Not them Burna Boy. That's a good one. It's a modern thing. But I'm talking of the true African musician. Have you listened to the one sang in Yoruba language, the one sang in Hausa language? There was one I was playing the other day, this Hausa rhythm. Oh my God. What, you see, it's like you have a beautiful woman. You see your beautiful woman here licking sugar. The honey is in the woman, it's not in the sugar. Do you want to live long? If you eat sugar, you're going to die soon. Anyway, Nigerians, I'm so touched. I am so blessed to be the one that I'm going to propagate this. And I will not stop until they listen to me. Don't forget, I am not saying, like I said, I can't turn the hand of clock. Nigerian music has come of age, yes. But you know why this is so sad? The only thing, if you go to the Nigerian Ministry of Culture now, and you know, guys, you know me, you all know me there. The only celebration they see there, the only arm you will see is the Nigerian National Troop. The National Troop is a group of people put together to dance the Atilogo dance, which is the Igbo, to dance the Yoruba Bata dance, and dance the Hausa, and that is the dance. That is what we call the National Troop. That is as close as our culture. I visited the Nigerian culture, NCNC, then the man was actually featured in my magazine. He was so passionate about the African culture, but what he was talking about is actually African craft. And I asked him, where is the Nigerian festival? He told me that they were able to do it even during the COVID. He was so passionate. I love him. But sir, this is a new dimension. You people in the Nigerian Ministry of Culture and Tourism, there is no culture and tourism without these kings. Without what I am showcasing to you here, there is no Nigerian culture and tourism. What you are doing is a showcase of it's a cultural buffoonery. It's sad. And why would I want to leave UK to come and see that? But what I'm saying to you now, imagine if the Oba of Benin is leading an entourage to somewhere, the Oni Ife is leaving, the Emma of Kano, the Sultan of Sokoto, the Ovio of Ogara Kingdom. In fact, there are so many. You know what will happen? OMG. That event alone will make us more money than oil. Did you hear me? We will generate more income from tourism than oil. That is free money. Because you have it. You see, the last time I was so pissed with myself and I was saying to myself, okay, why are we not tapping on the natural resources? And I came down here and I will show you the mineral deposits across the country. That was what I was so passionate, and I will still come to talk about it because I'm a very big fan of the economy. I believe that the economy is what's going to save us. And that's why if you see me talk about anything, I don't talk about it plainly. Even when I propose that we have our kings as leaders, as to take up the Senate as the House of the Nigerian Royals. That's what I'm proposing. We don't need the Nigerian Senate. We need the House of the Nigerian Royals. So all of you senators there ready to lose your job, you don't need it. You don't need to be there. Go and mess at home. You know, and those of you who are now so-called local government chairman, you're going to get out of there soon. By the time I finish with you, you'll find that our kings are going to be better local government administrators. They will be stable, constitutional. That's what I want it to be. And then they will form the House of Royal as well. You'll find that they will make the laws at that national level, and they will come and run their executive office. It will be up to you local people now to appoint somebody or pick on somebody as a good king or not. It will be up to you. And you will not be blaming us. So it will not be all the problem of the Nigerian state. Because right now, as it is, I can understand why people want to break away from Nigeria. This could call agitation because we are not part of this Nigeria. We are, but the people we're sending there, they are half-baked. Even we know some of them are village fools. Have you seen your local government chairman and councillors? We know these people are village fools. And you make them local government councillors and chairmen. How can they be the one to rule you, my people? Hey. When you have a king and councils of elders and councils of chiefs with wisdoms to help propagate, to help push your economy to wherever it's going to be. I'm not looking for the structure. The structure is already there. Go on to your palace and you will see the structure already in place. You'll be saying, what have we been doing with this? That's in terms of governance. I am saying there is more to that. I'm not looking at it from the political angle of it. I'm looking for the economic benefit we will get from it, because I believe the kings will be better administrators. They will bring our economy into bear. They will actually be able to secure us better. In those days, who the hell are you to come into Ogara to come and do any evil? But today, Ogara is so porous. The king is like I don't know whether it's a pawpaw. You know what pawpaw? Something you eat. It's nothing. There is no defense. Ogara have no single defense. There's no role for the king to play in our defense. So that's what I talk about. But today, I am challenging you. I'm saying to you that other than that, other than the so-called natural deposit that we had gold in Zamfara, we have this in this, have this in this, what we really have to showcase to the rest of the world is our culture. And if we do this weekly, 1 week in a year, we're going to generate more money from that week than the whole money we make from oil. The world will descend in Nigeria to come out, because you know what is so funny? They've been talking that Africa is rich in culture, Africa is rich in culture, Africa is rich in culture, but it's not there. We can't see it. We always talk about it. It's only here. My children only heard, and I say, oh, I come from a place that have a culture. Where is the culture? Show us. Is it the cultural dance? Is that your culture? Please wake up, Nigerians. This event is not a showcase of cultural dance. Even when you see, I will say to the kings, please, whatever festival you are celebrating, give us an, that will be your God. That some of them cannot be taken out to celebrate, but bring it to come and showcase to us in a mimic of it, how it is done. Let it be true culture of the Benin people. That is what you're going to showcase there. You don't even need to educate them. They know what to do. The Oni will be coming to showcase the true culture of the Oni people. I know there will be battle on who is who and who is no. Every kingdom has a right. because every kingdom will come and represent himself. So there will be no hierarchy. Whatever you're going to do, you're representing your kingdom. So Nigeria would be, but the beauty of it is how much we're going to make as a people, economically, and the kind of understanding we will now have. You might be surprised that your culture is so related to mine. So why the fight? Why are we even breaking away to? Who separated Nigeria? Or who brought us together? They don't have this idea, and it's not their fault. In fact, they came, they have a big problem to solve. Because you have these different diverse people, and you want to control them, so you need to merge them together, put them together, hey, do this, do this, do this. You're just trying to solve your immediate problem. But now it's time to be real, my people. It's time to look at what we have as a people. Number one, God, we have been able to identify that we are blessed in natural resources. Only oil is what we have discovered. We need to discover the rest. But above all this one is our cultural values, which we need to set to the rest of the world. And I can't wait to be somebody helping to propagate this. If in case you miss the news, look at the kind of culture I'm talking about here. So we know how to play. We are royals. That's what it is. Look at them with their camels, with their donkeys, with their horses. This is African royalty at its best. It's not new. This is what I say. This is from Kano. I couldn't pick a lot from the Sultan of Sokoto because I know these images are all going to come out when I'm ready to showcase this thing, because this is just a presentation I'm showing to you. But I'm happy to show today that I'm able to show something from the Emir of Kano, and something from the Oba of Benin, and something from the Asaba of Asaba, and I have the Oni of Ife here. And of course, I have to represent myself here. I'm an Urobo man. There's the king of Olomu Kingdom, the Ovi of Olomu Kingdom. These people is enough for me to showcase who we are first, as an example. You see the king in between? This is who we are. And if these people open their mouth to talk, you see the true African culture. May they not die away with this. May all these things not die off. And then we will really be lost. We still have some opportunity now. That the same people that attended First Act 77, some of them are still alive. They need to ask that question, what was the challenges then? But we're not going back to that. We're going to start a new way, a new route for Nigeria, for Nigerian future, for Nigerian culture. And that is what this presentation is really all about. As I'm talking today, I just said to my Robo people, please go back. Let me go back to this image. And I want to just say this to you. When do you people in Robo land have a festival that carries all your kings? Because you guys are blessed in another way. You can put the 24 kings together and celebrate what is going to call the mighty Robo festival. Call it a carnival, I don't care. Where is it? Of course, you are too blind. You're too blind with oil money. Because if I'm talking to anybody in my place, if it's not a bad governor bringing oil money, he doesn't understand what I'm saying. And that's what I have to deal with. That's my problem. You see, if I have a mitigation in this thing I'm going to talk about now, of course, if it's not Nigerian government bringing oil money to the table, they don't even want to understand. They don't understand what God has given to them that can bring them more money than what the federal government of Nigeria has tapped on. Nigerian government only come to tap on oil from your place. You have more than oil to offer. And you can see it. You cannot understand that tourism alone can bring in a lot of money. You see, how can I explain this? How can I get you to sell yourself to the rest of the world? And that will be the Robo people. You know, if anybody can even say that, then I will be more ashamed of the Benin people. Let me say this. I happened to do a documentary on the Benin. And I didn't go to Benin. I did it here. In the British Museum, we have about 2,000 artifacts from Africa. 1,800 is from Benin. Let me repeat that. Today, I'm not talking of yesterday. As we speak now, about 2,000 artifacts are in the British Museum. 1,750 are from Benin Kingdom. So we don't need to ask what these people are good at. But that was just a little part of their artifact that was yanked away during the war. That is not the culture. In fact, the story got to me that the reason they were claiming that the Benin people were using human beings as sacrifice, they were celebrating their Igwe festival, which the Oba is celebrating here. You understand? They said they use human head. Of course, you have to give them some bad names so you can kill the Oba. So that's how they moved the Oba Verami from there. But what is really important is the culture. Where is the festival? Have they taken the festival from you, Benin people? Have they taken that festival from you? How much noise have you been able to make about yourself? Celebrating yourself as a people. Do I have the power to celebrate you? No. You see, I'm just talking of Benin people can do their own. Because what I'm going to wake up in Nigeria is because of the awareness of the national festival, the local festival will begin to gain its own roots, its own ground in a deeper way, because everybody will know that this is what's going to lead you to Abuja. The 1 week representation of Abuja is either the cultural dance that is going to follow Oba there, or the people, the artifact, the best craftsmen. Because when you are in Abuja, you're going to display your craft. There will be people making bronze. In those days, if the Oba, if there's like we had the Olympics in London back then, the Oba will commission people to cast it into bronze. So it was our right reading and writing. We don't know how to use books to write things down, but we know how to use craft to document our history. That was what the Benin people were doing, and that was what was yanked away. But they yanked the physical things away. They didn't yank the skill away. In fact, when I was interviewing the Oba brother then, he told me that when Nigeria wanted to do FESAC 77, we were asking for the original mask from the British people. They were demanding a huge amount of money from us, something they stole from us, so they took it by force. Then the Oba said, listen, we made it. We can make a replica of it. So the one we used in FESAC 77 we made it again. Is it not we that did it? So all those craft they have in the British Museum that people are going to see now, that you people in Benin are fighting to get back, they didn't take the technology from you. The people that can do it are still there. And I'm wondering how much I can say this loud. I am only opportune to do this for the Benin people. And see, guys, as I look at what I see from Kano, I can just imagine what's going to happen in Abuja. What I have seen now, these are just images, my people. Take a look at it. Today, Daddy Kris have not come on the prominence. I'm showcasing Nigerian culture at its best. Now, the question I want to ask you, just in case you missed the news, how many cultural festivals do you have in Nigeria? So Nigerian government at the federal level cannot see the importance of having a national festival. Then what is you people doing in the Ministry of Culture and Tourism? It's a question, sir. What are you people made to do? In fact, how can you even project our unity? How do you make us understand one another if we don't celebrate together? In those days, let me tell you this. If you go to the barracks today, during Salah, everybody eats Salah rice. During Christmas now, everybody, whether Christians or Muslims, will eat Christmas rice. See, it's a time children celebrate. And they now got to know that we are one. We eat from one another. That is a borrowed religion. Imagine your own. Africa, we are known for hospitality. We are good people by nature. It is embedded in our culture. And you know what I want to say? Let's talk about the local economy. Now, do you know what the Benin people can do? Those that can make bronze. Do you know what they can do? You see, I'm only familiar with Benin now because of the documentary. Imagine what these people can do locally. As I'm talking to you, I'm going to be talking to my friend today in Kano. I'll be dropping my message with him today, and I'm saying to him, Alaji, I want to know things that are in Kano, and they will come out in fact, you'll be celebrating. Thank God he's the one already showcasing. He has a festival, which is the local language festival, African language, film made in African languages is what he does. So he call it the Killer Festival. And I can't wait to have him to partner with this on this project. Nigeria, we are too blessed to be poor. We are just too blessed to be poor. And I'm not talking of the blessing from natural, from oil, not from mineral deposit, not from gold, not from bonsai, not from cocoa, not from the farm we can do, which is all there for us. I'm talking of our culture that we can sell to the rest of the world. In case you miss the news, Nigerians, listen to me. This Pepsi cigarette is more of a national event in Hungary. Do you ask yourself why they do this? I mean, you have a Nigerian embassy. I used to go there because I was married in Slovenia to a white woman there. And I used to drive personally from Slovenia into Budapest to go and celebrate this festival. It's a week-long event. Have you asked why they celebrate this? The British have not been able. The day they will discover what I'm talking about now, Britain will celebrate a royal festival. And the whole world, you know how they will do it. BBC will sell it to the rest of the world. And in London, in one day, we're going to make billions. More than the economy can ever see now. It's possible here in the UK. But they just by default, when they say the king die or the crowning of the king, do you know how many people descend in London to come and just witness the crowning of the king? Or the prince going to get married? Do you know how many people descend? Okay, what is special about it? Do our royals marry? How do we even do it? What are the languages? What are the things we talked about? Oh, Nigerians, who did this to us? We're going to turn it now. It's not late. And that is why I am so blessed. You know, when I get this kind of messages, he said, when I got the message, I took it home to my mother, Betty Wright, and the mother said, you can play this song. This is one of those ones. I am so blessed. When I come up with this concept of the Nigerian festival, I'm going to give you more in detail. But the only way I can show you the festival I'm talking about today is to let the kings be the face of the festival, because they're going to be the face I'm talking about. It's not a festival where you celebrate cultural dance. Cultural dance is an integral part of this festival, because the king, the Oba of Benin, have you seen the Benin women dance it? OMG. Have you seen the Benin cultural dance? Even when we were in secondary school, in my school, we have the Asian cultural dance, the Benin cultural dance, the Yoruba cultural dance. We have the, hey, children, imagine what we're going to see now in Abuja. If you've never been there before, you will never miss it again in your life, because you're going to see at a logo display. You're going to see the Bata dance displayed. Not Bata dance, all Yoruba dance are not the same. You're going to see the different way it is done in Oyo, how it is done in Ijebu. You're going to see, because the kings are coming in their own regalia. And they're coming to showcase what you have never seen before. And if you miss it, it will be up to you. You miss another year. And the next year, if you don't buy ticket on time, I don't know whether there will even be room for ticket, because I don't know whether people will even be allowed. I'm going to discuss security issue with the Nigerian government, because that's all we need to do. And we're going to make billions in pounds. Billions that we've not been able to make from oil. 1 week, one culture, royal festival. Hallelujah. That is what we have. And we're going to showcase it to the rest of the world. Tell me how we're going to get this from. Just, you see, why this is so important. Only Burna Boy now can close the stadium. Only Burna Boy. Because these are all part of our culture. The contemporary musicians will still be there. But they will not dominate. But they will be place for the young men. Of course, you cannot have a Nigerian cultural festival without having a place for Burna Boy, Whiskey, and Davido and the rest. So imagine you would dance and dance and dance and dance for those of the young people. I don't know. Don't get your children pregnant. But they will dance and dance and dance and dance. And then the cultural display will be happening. Nigerian cultural display will be bam, 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 bam. Cultural dances. So. And then you have the cultural musicians. These ones, you don't hear of them. They sing in our local languages. Have you listened to Robo Man sing in Robo language? OMG. It will hit you. Nigerians, what are we doing with all this? I'm only talking of music now. Now, with time now, we will now learn how to document our things in movies. Do you understand that there's no competition at all? Where I'm going now, there is no place for Nigerian movies in much languages, local languages. The Igbos have done their own, the Yorubas have done their own, the Hausas have done their own. The rest of the nation are yet to see. Only the guy that died in my place, he was the one that was doing Robowood. But what I'm going to inculcate in this festival will be a competition of Nigerian movies made in our, and it will be judged by your culture. Not you just don't get up and just tell story about your people. You see, this will help to reshape Nollywood. You think Nollywood is doing something now? Now you're going to see what Nollywood will do after this. Because the true Nigerian culture will come on display and it will now reflect on our movies. Have you seen Nollywood of recent? I'm sorry. And I wrote a presentation. I wrote something to Nollywood, which I asked my friend to present. And I told them that representation is very key in movies. Many people won't agree with me here. Or they say they will have to criticize it. They will have to do this. Yes, I agree. I'm not saying you cannot criticize your people. But if you're going to represent them, make sure you know why they were doing it. Have you seen that how they represent the African culture today? If it is in Jesus' name, we kill anything in Africa. So Africa is always represented as evil, as barbaric, as demons. So only in the name of Jesus we conquer everything there. That is, in fact, I can't change that narrative, my people. I know I cannot. Unfortunately. But who taught you that African culture is about evil? Who taught you that? Who taught you that the way we're doing things was completely stupid? I don't know where you got that from, sir. Mr. Filmmaker. And again, these are, if I don't understand my people. Who taught you that? You see, yesterday, I was saying that if you want to try who we are, let our so-called governors, presidency, those politicians, let them take oath in our cultural, with our cultural deities. Maybe take oath with Ayelala, with Ogun. I'm sure the Yoruba, the Hausa man have his own juju. Not be everybody be Islam. There's a culture in the Hausa land. That is what I want to find out. And don't come to me and tell me, oh, all we have is Islam. No, don't near me. Islam is part of it. Yes, Islam is a new one. But what is your true culture? How not they swear for one another before? If you do this will do you. We have it in our culture. In my place, we are more scared of it than when you take oath with the Bible. The Bible won't kill you. Do you know God is not going to kill you? Maybe that God is even, they've already blinded him. Our own will give you direct, now. Go and swear for yourself in Ayelala if you will not die. Go and take that money after swearing for yourself in Ayelala, you are gone. Take a good swear for him, he's dead. But you know what? I don't know where Nigerian filmmakers come to find out that anything we do with African tradition is demons, is barbaric. I don't know who taught you this, please. Where did you people discover that you make in your movies? That African tradition now is the demon and the Christian is the saint. It's the same way I was telling people yesterday that what is really sad here is the same Christian religion teach me how to pray, ask the saint to pray for me. That's why I said, St. Patrick, pray for me. St. Augusta, pray for me. But in my African traditional religion, I cannot ask my grandfather who is late to pray for me. But a dead saint from Rome or from Israel or from the Jewish priest, a Jewish dead man can pray for me, but else my own father cannot pray for me. No, we get something wrong. There's something wrong with you guys. And again, we need to, you see, until we can understand who we are. Like I said, I'm not trying to move you backwards. I cannot even sell it. But I'm saying celebrate what we are along your Christianity. Can you people tell me why we go to the Nigerian this thing today and they say, which one you want to swear with? They say Ogun. No, only three. No. You be Benin man, right? Okay, which juju they Benin land? Bring them, take and swear. Oh, you are an honorable man. Okay, bring your juju from your place, take and swear. You know, the one you have, oh, you're Hausa man. Okay, you swear with the Quran and you see swear with your local one. Go and steal and you will see yourself. Go and loot the country treasure and you see yourself. These are the kind of things our own cultural awareness will bring on the table. I don't know why the kings are even afraid to do this. Oh no, of course, all the northern kings today, they are all Muslims. Of course, I could be stoned to death for just saying things. You know, I agree, I know. I understand that. The Oba of Benin probably is not going to church. I know the Olu of Wari is now a Christian. When they talk, say, oh, may in Jesus' name. Yes, I understand that. But sir, we're going to do the formal checking juju plus that one. Because the last time I checked, the Czech people have a culture. I grew up with them. Hello, young man. You see, we have a problem here. And I met this king, this king of this my king. And he was praying. The man is now a Christian. I said, Baba, where is this Christianity coming from? It's nothing wrong to be a Christian, but what happened to your culture, sir? Are you saying that everything about your people were... I don't understand. What is it you do in it? I don't understand. What's the difference between you do? I don't understand you guys. Maybe I need to be educated. Or I need to be born again. If before you even born you, I don't born again. Okay. Let's celebrate, please. Let's keep it simple. So that when I get to your palace, you won't give me a slap before I get there. My place say, that's small. And then the breeze going to enter. If you enter too fast, I probably get rejected. So I'm going to come easy and hopefully allow the breeze to penetrate you and allow the culture to come back in you slowly. And sooner or later, our children will begin to appreciate our culture. I came to the show one day and I talked about the ability to doubt. But I'm not even talking of the culture celebrated for the purpose of spiritual healing now. But at least let us make money with it. That's what the Kris is saying. If you cannot even, if you've thrown it away. No, you see, when they were crowning this man, look at him. Look at the way he's dressed here. They don't born you well to try anything here. Go and try the Oba of Benin. As in those days, Oba shake, people they shake. And when you don't look the Oba in the eyes, they burn you. Because what you're going to see is too big for you. Maybe somebody needs to educate us. I'm not going to keep Pepsi together for too long. But let me remind you people that overall contribution, the entire tourism sector in Nigeria is about 17.3 billion to the Nigerian GDP at the moment. Just 3.6%. And again, the Nigerian economy is not what it's supposed to be. Our economy is supposed to be $1 trillion. What they're talking about this, we're supposed to be talking of some trillion US dollars. Only tourism can give us $1 trillion US dollars. Only tourism. Imagine, and you see, what I talk about Nigeria, we're so lucky. Because after celebrating the national one, each state can choose to boost their economy by celebrating their own. It will not be out of place if Delta State choose to celebrate their own. And Edo celebrate their own. Edo, that is the richest in culture in Nigeria. I don't know what you guys are doing with it. I don't know what you guys are doing. I'm ashamed. The Benue people, Benue, you took Benue. If you remember Benue, anytime I talk Benue now, what they're going to see is that Benue dance. There's more to it. Don't people have kings in Benue? Don't you have kingdoms? Is it just the dance? What about the Benue local music? How do you people get married in Benue? What was your mode of worship? What do you people know as God in those days? Bring all these things to the festival. And we're going to celebrate it and come and tell us about the Benue economy. How you people manage, how your land is so blessed with natural resources that you can plant anything and it will grow. How you manage to be the food basket of the nation. That is what we want to see from Benue. And I'm not quoting from Benue State. I'm talking to the kings. Because the Benue State governor does not even have a clue. He sits down in his office in Makodi, collect money from Abuja and spend. He's not in tune with the people. He doesn't even know what is happening. Most of them don't. Obodori has not visited some of the local places to know what they produce there. He's the one that is going to share money anyway. So there's money coming from Abuja. What does it bother? But do you know how much we could make from my place? How much only Ogara Kingdom could generate as an economy? These are things that we need to wake up to. And I'm not guessing. I am not thinking about it. I know this is the way forward for Nigeria. And just by way of making some things in a very, very clear way, you know, like I said before, the Calabar Carnival alone, at least it's generate 14 billion, I mean, in Naira. Don't forget, it's in Naira, which is an insult to when we're talking of a country. Now, if you don't get it wrong, let me just tell you, I'm just trying to bring in the UK statistics, which is something that really, really interests me. But I was at that point, I was already into talking about the festival itself, how much the festival is going to make. I was taking a look at that. And that's something I will do on a presentation to the people who I want to partner with me in the presentation of that festival. So Daddy Kris is proposing one thing and one thing for next year, the Nigerian Royal Festival. Now, this Royal Festival is not a festival of cultural dances. It's a festival of the royals. Of course, royal people don't go without their cultural dance. Royal people don't go without their music. They don't go without their craft. They don't go without their economy. They don't go without their police. You will see the people, in fact, the royals will not be guided by one Nigerian police. They should be guided by the royals. And that's why we need to empower them. How can God give us everything that He didn't give to the rest of the world? Okay, what makes us different? If I say I want to celebrate a festival, and all we're going to showcase is what the British already have, or we are selling what the British have to them, all right? No, we just jokers, man. We jokers. You know what? This is the part of the African film that was going to do much better was where they said they want epic movies, epic stories. Yes, because this is the story the rest of the world does not have. That's why Netflix was telling them to do epic. But the epic is now being bastardized because that is not the true Nigerian epic story. If you want to talk about the Nigerian epic story, go to the Oba of Benin. He's going to tell you a story that is similar to the Titanic, even much more bitter than the Titanic. Go and ask him. Every society have a story that will make a big blockbuster, that will turn America to look at us. And Nigerian movie will start to make big money. Have you read the Benin story of how the queen asked the Oba to sacrifice her to restore peace in the land? That's what the gods demanded. I don't understand the story in detail, but that is what they did. That's why nobody can play with that queen in the history of the Benin Kingdom. You're going to read the story of the Titanic? Go and read that story. If you can tell me one kingdom that does not have a love story, then I am not a part of Nigeria. In fact, you're going to see that there are some ways we used to relate with some animals. How animals and human beings, why we don't kill them. There are some places in Igbo land, they say you don't touch the python. Python that is scary, and if I see a snake, I'll start to run. But you don't run. It's your friend. In my place, I think it's Nurugu. This is it, a chameleon also. It's your brother. You don't kill it. I don't understand us, man. How can you be so blessed? What story do you have to tell the rest of the world? Tell the story of boy and girl fall in love? No, tell the world that kind of wonderful story. There is a root to it, my brother. That is a film made at its best. That is the true African story being told. That is the epic movie the world is waiting to see. I'm going to try and close this show on time. But I cannot be more happier than to be proud to proudly tell you, Nigerians, we have a way forward. We have something we should be proud of. We have a culture that is unique. And if we can, I'm not even telling it from the gods now point of view, because I know with time, those one will come to play. Because by the time the people tell you how the chameleon became a friend in the Orogu land, that is when you're going to know that we have a culture that is a God that is not demon, that our gods are not demonic. This God saved us one way or the other. I don't know. The Shekiri people, you people used to dance. You used to tie this thing from the river. What happens to it? So they're all demons now. All of a sudden, all those things are not coming to kill you. Or somebody called them name Juju. Even though there's a name for them in Shekiri land, sir. I know the Robo own. We have our ancestors. Since when did our ancestors become Juju? Or what name do you call for them? Is it called Picanism? Who gave you that name? Who gave you that English word? Is it your language? How can your ancestors become Juju or become a pagan? Your ancestors is now a pagan. It doesn't add up. Your ancestors, your father that died, is now pagan. You know him, the man that took care of you. Like my father now, who could not sell anything, he kept everything for us to inherit. He's now a pagan. He's dead now. He's an evil man. God, something is wrong with us. No, just in case, before you tell me that my own is a pagan, I bet stop, tell the Catholic Church to cancel anything about saint, because all the saints will be pagan then. We're gonna take time. But like I said today is not a day to talk about religion. It's to talk about how we're going to monetize what God has given to us culturally. And we've tried it during First Act 77. You see it? It was in pain. It's an act to show that we are a people with a culture, that we did this in First Act. If you go to your, like I said to young people in Lagos, go and look at the village. So ask people, how did those build the First Act? How did they come about? We built those villages just to celebrate. That's how rich we were. We were rich people, and we are still rich people. Now I'm saying that now we're going to do it in a more modern way. This is the culture, living culture. I'm not talking of the dead culture. The living culture is our king. There are testimonies. They can give you stories. I'm sure the owner will give you a love story in his kingdom. You will be more than tired. It's going to tell you how they related with a juju or with a god. You call it juju now. With their own god. And you will be more than impressed. That is a story the rest of the world is waiting to see. And it's going to be made in a proper cinematic fashion. And it will sell more than Titanic. Like I said already, the Benin have a big story, a love story that should not, in fact, nobody. It's not something to mess around with. You got to be a qualified filmmaker to do it. What is wrong with us, my people? Where are we? Are we part of this world? Those of you that have taught, they taught you so much theory. You went to school. You are so educated. I know. But where is your education? Let me come to me. Let Daddy Kris talk to you for the next few minutes. Where is your education, my guy? I know you're a very educated man. Come on now. Daddy Kris, take over the screen. Yes. Let Daddy Kris take over the screen for once. Where is your education? An educated person is somebody who can think. Not everything they throw at you, you take. And that's why we use the word critical thinking. If they say 1 + 1 is 2, I ask you, my brother, why is 1 + 1 2? Ask. It makes you an educated person. If the answer satisfies you, so be it. If it doesn't satisfy you, that's how you're going to find out that 1 + 1 might not necessarily be 2. And that is how knowledge evolved. I remember the first person that told us that they can see something on the sky, he was stoned to death. They will kill you. The day you say things that is not up, they say you are crazy. You even be sent into the home. But that is the only way changes come to society, because that's how innovation came. If we all accepted things as they were, I'm not sure there will be innovation today. Innovation is about questioning things and questioning it in the right way. I'm going to try and stop here. Tomorrow, the topic of today before was something very critical. I may be opportune to talk about it tomorrow. Tomorrow, I'm going to try and talk what is the rule of law and the rule of love. The European culture given to us today is about the rule of law. That is the democracy we are practicing. But Africa actually have something we call the rule of love. I'm going to take my time to talk about that and how it relates to the African culture and how we use it to govern ourselves. So we're not governed by the rule of law alone. We're governed by the rule of love. And if there is rule of love in the world today, there will be no more killing. That is the kingdom of God we'll be waiting for. Thank you very much for joining me. My name is Kris. I'm going to try and end it here because so that I don't offend more people. Like today's show is not about really offending you. It's about two of us thinking and talking and be proud of who we are as a people. And I think I've been able to do a little bit of that. Let me just recap this. What the festival is all about is a festival where we're going to celebrate these people. The culture of the Emir of Kano, for instance, we have the Oba of Benin, we have the Asagba of Asaba, we have the Oni of Ife. I'm sorry, the Oba of Lagos. I couldn't get some of your images. And we have this one from my place, the Ovi of Olomu Kingdom. We're all going to come in Abuja in a week and showcase what we have to the rest of the world. The world will descend there and enjoy us. We'll give them morals. We'll give them values. We'll give them a display of true culture and tradition. That thing you think is on the vacuum is real. That's what I call a celebration of who we are as a people. And that's a project I'm going to work on next year. And that's why that Kris, I don't fight with those. When many people that watch me today and watch this show, I've done a lot of shows, man. And listen, when you are blessed, you don't need to bother. And I want to advise many young people who are growing up today, I don't take revenge. Let me tell you, I started in 2020. The first time I did a show was in Lagos. That was the Nigerian Talent Hunt and Award. They fought me. I left it. I came up with the Next President TV reality show, which is still part of the event I do in Abuja. They fought me and I left it. And I thought it was finished. I said, I now have the Nigerian Week, which I'm celebrating in London. I will walk away from it if I see war. Because there's something bigger that God is giving me to do. God is telling me that Kris, leave all these things. Next year, go and celebrate the Nigerian Royal Festival. And that is what I'm going to do because I obey God. I don't know about you. My name is Kris, and this is the African Renaissance Television. I'm going to say goodbye, and thank you for joining me. We'll do this again tomorrow. And for your information, from tomorrow, we're now going to have, in fact, maybe from tonight, really, I'm going to do a show in the evening for my own people, which is the Robo people. And I will have a little bit of the Robo music, and then we're going to talk again and enjoy, have a good time. But right now, have this from me. The state of the nation will remain standstill. It will remain as it is. And it will remain a blessing to me and you. God bless you. Bye for now.
Find your sanctuary in the heart of the city. Live the life you deserve in an exquisite apartment. SRTV Luxury Shortlet Apartment, Lagos, is a place where your comfort is rest assured. Welcome to SRTV Shortlet Apartment, part of the prestigious SRTV Real Estate family. Why choose us? Prime location, nestled in the heart of Lagos, close to key attractions, business hubs, and vibrant nightlife. Modern interiors, fully furnished, stylish apartments designed to provide the ultimate comfort. Luxury redefined, vacation perfected. 24/7 security. Enjoy peace of mind with round-the-clock security and CCTV surveillance. Top-notch amenities, high-speed Wi-Fi, smart TV, air conditioning, fully equipped kitchen, and lots more. Perfect for business travelers, family vacations, romantic getaways, special events, and more. Book your stay today and experience Lagos like never before. Call +234 8143 582856 or +447 4388 93190 or email us at realestate@superiorradiotelevision.com. SRTV Shortlet Apartment, where comfort meets luxury.